new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Woo, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel.
Not a good time to intro.
River running free, you know how I feel.
Well, play out.
Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
It's a new year. It's a new episode of Jomboy and Jake Radio. It is Wednesday, January 2nd, the first episode of the year 2019. Never thought would be here, Jake. Just never thought in a million years would be here January 2nd doing this. How are you?
I'm bad. I got really sick yesterday. Still really sick. The song worked, but I might have needed a little something different this morning to get it going. That's all right. I'll spark it into gear myself. Yeah, man, 29 beans.
Song didn't get you going?
Oh no.
Well, Nina Simone.
Almost seemed like a mockumentary. Seemed like the song was making fun of me.
Well, I chose it before you got sick, so.
Right.
There you go.
Which is fine. I don't feel any malice.
I got sick. I was sick the last 2 days, but I was more just like overexhausted. Just couldn't keep my eyes open. Was napping all day. Like yesterday, I slept all day, and then I went to the movies and ate. But I couldn't even eat really because I'm on my cleanse. Sickness in the cleanse is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that's tough.
Nina Simone. Her birth name was Eunice Kathleen Wayman.
Say that again.
The lady who sings that name was Nina Simone because it's Wednesday. Had a lot of trouble finding a New Year's, new day, New Year song that was sung by a female because today's Wednesday. We do female artists. Her stage name is Nina Simone, which is nothing crazy. That could be a birth name.
Sure.
But her birth name is Eunice Kathleen Wayman.
That's
I feel like
if
your name's Eunice Kathleen Wayman and you need a stage name, Nina Simone's kind of bland as a stage name.
I strongly disagree. I think Eunice Kathleen's a tough break.
Oh, I agree there. I agree you need a stage name, but then get yourself a fun stage name.
Nina Simone? Come on. I think you're downplaying that a little too much.
Lady who makes the bagels at the bagel place in Newtown's name is Eunice. Very nice lady.
Eunice?
Eunice, yeah. I believe it's a Jewish name, but Eunice Kathleen Wayman is African American.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think you're taking. Well, maybe this is 2019. You got tougher standards. I think Nina Simone's a great stage name.
Oh, to make a living, Eunice Wayman changed her name to Nina Simone to Nina Simone. The change related to her need to disguise herself from family members having chosen to play the devil's music. Wow. Isn't it weird that the devil's music back in the day was like nothing? Oldies
just
now?
Music. Just noises.
It was literally just like pleasant music. It's a new day. It's a new year, and I feel good. Fucking devil's music, Eunice. I was singing that shit in my house.
Wasn't about the big man upstairs. It was the devil's music.
Yeah.
Two kinds of music.
Do we have devil's music right now?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, yeah, but I think it's probably like what, satanic rock or something. But
like honestly, like
that.
Yeah, honestly, like people worshiping the devil.
Yes. Yeah. You're allowed to do that. There's groups of people that do that.
Oh yeah, you're allowed to worship whoever you want. I married my mug last episode.
You did marry your mug last episode. What an end to 2018. Fireworks.
Fireworks, married my mug. How was your New Year's Eve party? You were dressed festive.
It was good, man. It was good. I So the theme was, and again, this is one of those things like, I was going to agree to do whatever anyways, but every hour on the hour, like a new little bit of information would leak out to me, and I'd be like, okay. So as the first piece of information, it's like, yeah, it's it's going to be New Year's Eve in the future. And I was like, no, it's not, but okay, cool. I promise you, it's not.
So the theme for the New Year's party was the future.
Yeah, and then
people can be very uncreative sometimes.
Well, Jimmy, this is where the more details leaked to me. So then it was supposed to be New Year's Eve, like a couple hundred years in the future. Think high-end Hunger Games.
Okay.
So that's an interesting mix for me because I do love the Hunger Games. But they wear, I don't know, these kind of ridiculous outfits, and there's like all sorts of crazy like makeup and wigs and stuff. So I'm like, okay, interesting. I'll make it work. And then I had kind of ignored the high end part of it, so I just started pulling out the most ridiculous stuff I could find. And then that's when I got my final notification. Like it was like, no, you're supposed to like dress nice, but in the future. And I was like, oh yeah, that outfit I've been saving. So I ended up.
Let me just go in my closet, pull out my nice future outfit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, future Hunger Games, high end. Got it. 10-4. So I ended up. Well, I went with my jeans and blazer outfit that I figured out in these coming days. But basically, I went jeans, blazer. I went silly shirt under it with some flair, and then I had a pair of Nikes on because I don't know that. So basically what I looked like was kind of like a Michael J. Fox 80s vibe, like a Back to the Future vibe. So I actually trying to age forward, I went back 30 years.
You look like John LeJoux in Show Me Your Genitals music video.
Don't, I know you're just trying to pick up my confidence, but
you did.
I know, a little bit.
Show Me Your Genitals. Do you think any of our listeners don't know that song?
I don't know. That's early internet.
Should I play the first line of the song, which both of our girlfriends don't enjoy, but we find funny?
Maybe we'll preface it. Maybe we'll save it for tomorrow's ep.
Okay.
Like there's a build up.
But tomorrow's ep is drinking songs.
Oh no, I'm not saying open up the whole episode with it. I think so. Okay. That's how you end up on the nightly news.
Don't play it right now.
That's how we end up on somebody else's podcast being talked about. But yeah, the go-to line that people ended up liking was I was saying I was dressing up as someone 200 years in the future, trying to dress like someone from nowadays.
Oh yeah, you just upped the game.
And people were like, "Whoa," but not. Because normally the person that says that is the guy that doesn't want to get dressed up at all. And they're like, yeah, I'm dressed up as nowadays then. And it's like, no, dude, you just threw on a shirt and a blazer.
A 3-hole punch
gym. I looked like an idiot. So.
Did you have 2017 New Year's glasses on?
I did. So that was part of it.
Oh, nice.
Like, 200 years in the future, someone finds it.
Went back to 2017.
This will be perfect for my Hunger Games New Year's party.
Did you get real drunk?
Not crazy drunk. I felt the sickness coming on, and I knew it was gonna suck. I got a good buzz going. Oh, Jimmy, you like this a lot, actually. So, I'm an interesting guy. I'm pretty extroverted, but up until my extrovert point, I'm pretty introverted. Like if I sit at a bar, I'm not just gonna start a conversation with you. And I don't know. I sometimes in big crowds I'll get some social anxiety, all the good stuff. So we roll up to this New Year's. So we go to like a pregame, if you'd like to call it that. Does Katie call it pre-gaming? I've seen so many people call it pre-drinking that it throws me off.
We don't really drink, so I don't know.
Right, but I'm saying, okay, well, something you can ask her back when.
Okay, I'll ask her. I'll ask Luke.
But so we go to one of my girlfriend's friends' new boyfriend's apartment. So we roll through there. It's a nice apartment complex. And we walk in, and I'm like, no way. No way.
No way.
I've been in this apartment before.
Interesting. Film a sex tape there?
I first tell this to my girlfriend, and she's like, doesn't care. Thinks I'm making a bad joke. Doesn't. It's just like, okay, if you were or you weren't, I do not care. And I was like, okay, that's fair.
And you're embarrassing me with your dumb outfit.
Right. So the boyfriend guy that's hosting, I'm like, hey man, this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but like I've been in this apartment before. And he's like, yeah, walks away.
Is this like an apartment building with a lot of apartments that have the same shape and design?
Yes. I mean, it's probably like 30 floors.
Okay. So, but you think you've been in that building or that is specific apartment?
That specific apartment. I've been in that specific apartment before.
Okay.
So
you're just walking around telling people, I've been here before. You're really a time traveler person. Weirdo.
Yeah, basically.
They probably think you're just playing your role.
Shit, but I had been there before. So one night I went out with some of my coworkers, and it was just like one of these, we went from one part of town to another part of town, and we stopped at an apartment in between, and we had a couple drinks there, and we like met up with someone. And it's in that same apartment complex, and it was the only other time I've been there. And I was just kind of anxious and didn't know anyone. So I just had like 2 beers, sat on the couch, and they had like one of those bad, top 50 NBA plays montage going on in the background.
Nice.
And there's a couple kids from Connecticut there. But I remember just being like, oh, also from Connecticut. And I'm like, okay, cool. So the host boyfriend goes, yeah, 2 of the guys are from Connecticut. And I'm like, oh, yes.
Okay, where was it?
I get introduced to one of the Connecticut guys, and I was like, dude, I know we don't even know each other, but I've been in this apartment. And he's like, okay, man. I don't know what you're trying to prove. And I was like, dude, I know this is crazy random, but like we came over here, we were here for like 15 minutes, we had a beer or 2. And then we went out to a bar, but there was like a top 50 plays montage going on in the NBA. And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, you totally were here. And I was just like, I mean, it was just small world stuff, man.
Well, so how are you connected to that apartment? Who were you there with?
So one of my coworkers knows a girl that knows a guy that lives there.
Was it the same connection that brought you to the party?
No.
Okay.
Completely unrelated connection.
All right. So you were at an apartment you had been before.
There was about 15 minutes where everyone was skeptical and like, yo, Jake, I know you do your dumb jokes, but what are you really doing? And I was like, no, guys, I've been here.
Okay. You were at the apartment.
So then I
was expecting a much better ending to this.
But it was just, dude, it's really small world. I think you're underestimating the size of Denver and how opposite the connections are that I got there.
Yeah. I was hoping
coworker to coworker's friend to somehow going there for a little bit to now girlfriend's friend dating a guy, and it was one of those guys.
Crazy.
Happy New Year in the future.
Let's get into some sports.
How was your New Year's, bud?
Great. Went to a restaurant with my family. Katie was working, so we said hi to her, and then went home.
Very nice.
Oh, that's way too quiet. Why is it so quiet? The Yankees are adding former Blue Jays shortstop Troy Tulowitzki on a 1-year league minimum deal to maybe back up Didi at shortstop if he's healthy, if he's good. If not, who cares? Didn't give him any money. Enes Kanter had a heart-to-heart with Knicks GM to express his frustration with the losing and his diminishing role, but clarified he has not been asked to be traded. Enes, do more shit that sucks. St. John's beat Marquette in their first big matchup, and John McEnroe is a believer. Tri-State News is going to get really tough once it's going to get tough with the Jets and the Giants out now, because basically we have football left and just every day NHL and NBA, no baseball. So it's going to be a tough segment. So, but yeah, that's what we got.
Stove, college basketball? Come on, man.
Yeah, but not a lot played this week. Yankees picked up Troy Tulowitzki, and I have a take. Tulowitzki is a real fun name to say.
Yeah.
One of those top fun names. No, but even just Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
Is good time in your mouth. It's like a roller coaster for your mouth. Tulowitzki.
Tulo.
No risk, potential high reward, but honestly, no risk at all to this signing. We'll talk about it more on Talking Yanks, but
yeah, it was kind of you saw some. Did you wake up to the Twitter reactions? Because it came out kind of late night.
Yeah, I woke up to them.
So, yeah, it was kind of funny while it was happening. Just because people want to blow it out, and now they're out on Machado, and it's like no, not even close. But I don't know. There's just something. The Blue Jays are paying him $20 million this year, and the Yankees now have him on their team, getting paid the veteran minimum. And it's like, I'm sorry, Blue Jays, but you're set up for so much failure here.
It is a recipe for like a backfire. Why wouldn't we said, hey, I was trying to find when we originally talked about this. I couldn't find it on Talking Yanks or Jomboy and Jake Radio. I listened to the days afterwards. Maybe we were late to it, but anyway, why? This is what I thought we said. Maybe we just said it off air. Why would the Blue Jays do this and not hang on to him through spring training, then try to like trade him for anything? Trade him for $500,000? Trade him for a minor leaguer? I don't know.
Right. Well, I guess a couple things there, Jimmy. Is homie was and is getting paid. What are we talking? 2018, 20 million, 2019, 20 million, 2020, 14 million, and then 2021, 4 million. So Toronto does that. Jimmy, to move him, I think they'd probably have to tack on a prospect at this point. But what I think Toronto's GM missed out on was that, like, you could put yourself in this situation now. Like, the GM probably came in and was doing one of those, like, out with the old, in with the new. We're going to get some youth and some young guys here that are going to be healthy and do it for us. And then, now he's on the Yankees, and like, if he does good, you look like such idiots. But I don't know. The Blue Jays do have a lot of young guys, so maybe it was one of these, they didn't want any of the old guard even at spring training, and they didn't want to tack on a prospect to move him. So it is what it is. But yeah, the chance that he could even start for the Yankees on opening day is insane all around, Blue Jays and Yankees.
Yep. Enes Kanter had a heart-to-heart with the GM. What are your thoughts about this?
Great. Cool, Enes. Don't care.
Right. He's frustrated about his lack of play time and the fact that they're losing. And he said it's like they only care about the young guys. And I understand that's probably a shitty position to be an older guy who wants to be in his prime on a team that's rebuilding. Like, how do you not understand the situation?
The problem is he doesn't realize how bad he is defensively. There's a famous GIF video of his old coach on Oklahoma City saying, "I can't play Cantor because he's so bad at defense. He's one of the worst defensive players in the league." And he just ignores that. He's like, "Oh, well, I get points and rebounds, so that's good."
And
It's
I
like,
talk shit, and people like me, but no one actually likes them.
But no, I don't know, dude. I think the Knicks are going to end up cutting him. The NBA kind of does that, like after the trade deadline, though you can kind of cut a veteran, and then some of the better teams will pick them up. And I think that ends up happening with Canner. But the Knicks are really thin and big, so I don't know. It's kind of a game of chicken. But yeah, he sucks.
He's like one more step away from becoming an actual like a nuisance. Maybe even
Right.
a bad guy to be around all these young guys.
Well, he does all this fake nuisance stuff that's actually more of a nuisance. Like, yeah, I talked to the GM. We had a heart-to-heart. I didn't demand a trade, but, like, I was thinking about it. And it's like, okay, dude, like, we don't care. Be better. Learn how to play defense. They were in Denver last night, Jim, which actually made me really sad because they only play one game in Denver each year, and I was sick as a dog. So that was fun. They lose, and they're playing really bad, Jim. I mean, we're sneaking up towards that top lotto pick.
Boom. This is the time to start tanking.
And so that's the other thing. Some people are saying they're going to keep playing Cantor because he helps you lose.
That's funny.
So,
GM should have said, no, we see you getting a lot of time in the future, Ennis.
Yeah. No, Cantor, you are going to play a lot, buddy.
In the New York hockey race, the Islanders currently have 46 points. The Rangers have 41, and the Devils have 37. They're like a three-way stack right now on top of each other. So that's fun. They're all not that good. Well, actually, yeah, they're all not that good right now.
Three-way stack, huh?
Islanders are currently in the Metropolitan Division. The Islanders are in fourth place, Rangers in fifth, Devils in sixth.
How about that?
The Devils are below 500, and the Rangers are above 500. Boom, 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 boom.
Go Blue Shirts, roll Tide.
National news.
Jimmy, let's start with a couple signings. And first, I'm going to start in Major League Baseball. Japanese left-hander Yusai that Uki Kikuchi agrees to a deal with the Mariners. Really fun contract layout, Jim. Don't know if you saw that. Chelsea signs Christian Pulisic, the American going to Chelsea, Jim. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, God. Pretty sick. Can't do that. There was the New Year's Sick bowl games, Jim, which we had ignored the previous episode. Iowa beats Mississippi State. Kentucky beats Penn State. LSU beats UCF. Ohio State beats Washington. Texas beats Georgia. Their quarterback announces they're back. That's the news.
Good shit. Yeah. All right. So Jake tried his best, tried his hardest, did his best. But
couldn't tell you one word I just said.
Yeah, it was interesting. I want to talk about a couple of these things. But did you watch any of the Iowa Mississippi State game?
I did a little bit.
It was wild. I was in and out of naps because I was feeling sick.
Right.
I don't know the name of the receiver that dropped the ball. I was trying to find it real quick. But we just watched a 21-year-old kid go through something that's going to haunt him for a while.
Right. You're talking about the pass that bounced off his chest and then was intercepted or whatever?
Yeah, Mississippi State's up like 2 points in the fourth quarter. Deep, like probably like a 30-yard touchdown pass, maybe more.
Yeah.
Right in his hands and his chest. Like hit his hands, hit his chest. Touchdown would put them up 9 with about, I think it was like 5 to 6 minutes left. I could be way off there, but it was the fourth quarter. It would have put the game two-score game. He right there in his breadbasket, bobbles it. Iowa dude just runs past and snags it, the tip drill, brings it back to like the 40. Iowa scores, Iowa wins. So interesting, fun, really fun game, back and forth game like crazy. But yeah, that kid out of that wide receiver, I mean, that's nightmare fuel. That's It's going to be creeping into his brain. What if I caught that
Yeah,
ball?
that's tough. I think it was like lightly deflected. Like I think someone got a finger on it, but
Still
it's one of those.
hit his hands in his chest.
Right, but everyone, if anyone out there has tried to catch a football and it gets just that slight deflection, where it's heading towards your hands and then someone nicks it and it just moves a little bit and still nicks your hands. We've all had that feeling where it's like, oh crap, like this looks a lot worse than it was for me. But the kid's still not happy.
No, he's not happy with himself. That was a good game, though. That was a fun bowl game.
Yeah, kind of a tough day for your SEC, Jim. Texas beats Georgia. Iowa beats Mississippi State. I guess Kentucky wins. Go Cats. Cats by 1 million.
Can it be a tough for the SEC win the national championship?
What if they lose that, Jim? But no, I think it just circles around every year, and every matchup's different. But you can do each conference's records in the bowl game, and I mean, the SEC just obviously claims to be the best, and they have the most talent. But Iowa ends up beating a ranked Mississippi State team, and they were unranked. And then Texas, who was ranked 15th, kind of dominated the game against Georgia. So I don't know. We don't actually care too much about that stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of a good day of football.
Yeah, it usually is. It's football day.
Yeah.
What about this Kikuchi signing? I'm interested. You intrigued me with the fun contract because someone DM'd me and was like, "This is weird. Why did they sign him?" And I thought it was going to be a 6-year deal, which would make sense since the Seattle Mariners are rebuilding. But it's a 4-year deal, which doesn't really jive with what they're doing. They just sold off every single piece, but now they're getting a 4-year deal for a pitcher. What's the contract?
Jim, I'll let you Google it while I start BSing my way through it because it was pretty wild. And again, there's certain posting rules with signing players from overseas, so I think they had to dance around that a little bit. But Jimmy, it's like 4 years. I want to say 40 or 30 million, something like that. And you're like, okay, that's kind of the contract people thought he was going to get. But then there's an option for the team to keep him, which is like crazy money. Like I think it goes from 4 for 40 to like 7 for 110 or something.
So after 3 years, the Mariners have the option to extend the deal to a 7-year contract. So after what?
Yeah.
So after 3 years, they signed him to a 4-year deal. After 3 years, either they can just go on with the 4th year as is, no one opts for anything, or the Mariners can extend the contract, and then it's worth $109 million. So whatever that breaks down. Why would the Mariners do that? That feels
right.
feels like a pillow contract. Like just Kikuchi, that means nothing. Why would the Mariners take this option? If he's amazing.
Well, if he's good, I mean, what's going to be the price for even a number? Because he's I think he's 27. So let's say he's good for the next 3 years. I mean, he's going to hit free agency potentially at age 30, and he's a number 3 starter. I mean, what do those guys get paid? They get paid what? 15 million, 18 million? What Hap just get paid? And he's 38.
Yeah, but when it goes to 109 million, are they prorating the first 3 years, or is he getting 109 million for the next 4 years?
I think it goes, and again, not fully sure, but I think it's like a 3 for 30, and then the rest of it's going to be like a 4 for 60 or 70, whatever math is left over there. Not a numbers guy.
So if they take the extension, this is kind of might be brutal. If they take the extension, if the Mariners say, you're so good, we don't want to lose you, we're going to take this option we built in, then that means they'll have him for 7 years, and we're going to say the 109 million encompasses the full 7 years.
Yes.
So that's 15 a year. So I guess that makes sense. But he'd have to be so good.
Maybe it will be.
That's a weird contract.
Mariners.
Because why would Kikuchi do that? Because if he's
Maybe
that good, if he's that good, he'll go get $20 million a year.
Yeah, I mean it depends what other contracts were out there. I mean, what if everyone else just offered him a 4 or 5 year deal for not a lot of money? At least the Mariners left an option there that he could get a lot of money. I don't know. Or, if he's good, he's good. It's odd. It's odd.
So, okay, so that covers that. But isn't this weird for the Mariners to do this when they just got rid of all their money and were kind of rebuilding to now buy a player for the next 3 years?
I mean, like half. I mean, you still need pitching, and if he's good, you can start to kind of build around that. I mean, baseball's rebuilds are supposed to be quick now. Like everyone saw Houston and the Cubs, and we're like, "Whoa, full rebuild! This is pretty wild." And then even Houston, I mean, got it going quicker than everybody thought. The Braves last year got it going quicker than everybody thought.
The Yankees and the Braves are the real quick ones. The Padres and the White Sox are still taking a little bit.
Yep.
James Harden got his 4th 40-point night in a row. There you go. That's something.
Have you ever watched this? And I know the answer to this, and I'm not saying this in a rude way, but have you ever watched like a full James Harden basketball game?
No.
No. Dude, it's kind of insane. It looks like he's playing a different sport.
In which way?
Like, dude, just the way he dribbles and where he wants to shoot and how he wants to shoot is completely different than every other player in the league.
Weird way? Good way? Impressive
Kind
way?
of weird. Like, I don't think you'd like it.
Okay. Maybe I'll like it then.
Just like a lot of weird footwork, a lot of trying to draw fouls, a lot of just weird stuff. And he's got the beard and he's hyper confident. And it's just hilarious because they just let him go. So he'll take like 4 straight shots, miss them all. And then like, I don't know, not take a shot. And then he'll take the next 5 and he'll make 4 out of 5. And you're just like, what is this?
Sounds interesting.
But he's pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
Okay.
That ends the first half. Jake playing hurt. Flu game.
Hurt, coach.
Flu game. Miles and miles of heart. Don't I have that soundbite somewhere?
Maybe.
Miles and miles of heart. Miles and miles of heart.
Is that how you feel?
A little bit. Man, talk about one of those weird. So I think everyone in the world everyone gets a New Year's Sunday scaries, which happen to be on Tuesday night. So Tuesday scaries. Meanwhile, I get sick on a Tuesday. You guys know how that works. But
everyone enjoy your bad day.
That's what it was. Everyone's scaries kicked in last night. I don't care who you are. But so I'm on the couch. I was like, I'm gonna sleep out here. I don't want to get the girlfriend sick. So I'm on the couch, football going on, watching the end of UT Georgia. Got a little bit of weed in my system, a little bit of NyQuil in my system. Body feels like hell. And then they do SVP Sports Center. I was like, all right, I can fall asleep to this. I'll enjoy this. Dude, the Purdue superfan kid, Trent, passed away.
Yeah,
and they
20
did
years
like
old.
a nice special on him. So, I mean, cuts to me just sick and bawling my eyes out. Little NyQuil'd up, little weeded up. And just like, this is tough. 2019.
Yeah. Tough start for your 2019.
First day of my 2019 was pretty intense.
It can only go up from here, so that's great.
You'd think that, but you never know with me.
Let's get back into the second half. It was a slow first half. We'll try to pick it up a little bit. Good episode for people to listen on 1.5 speed.
I don't think so.
It was your story at the beginning. I was like,
you didn't like it. I think people are gonna like it more than you liked it.
I was waiting for a big like. Turns out you got like blacked out there. You were like,
no, you just didn't like the connection.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed by it
because there was no connection. You're underestimating the size of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah,
this wasn't like a CCSU dorm room. How is CCSU doing?
They lost. I said this last episode. They lost by a close 21 to Oregon State.
Right, Oregon State.
And their next game's Thursday.
How the refs are in the upper Northwest.
I mean, you got a long travel for them. It was, they were tired.
I read the news today, oh boy. I thought the news was rather sad. Well, I just had to laugh. Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A woman who reportedly lived to 122 years old may have only been 99. A cow dodges slaughter and then the very next day gives birth. Hooray! Surprise DNA test results are turning customer service reps into therapists. How do you tell someone that their brother is not their brother? People are slashing tires on self-driving cars in Arizona.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Super slow day here, Jake. Just real slow news day. I was putting it together last night. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, this woman, she would live to be 122 years old. Psych, she never even broke 100. Never even broke 100. So she's the least impressive person ever. I don't understand how this happened.
You mentioned picking things up. Well, I've got something for you.
Yeah.
So I mentioned I was emotional yesterday due to the Tyler Dredd stuff and drugs, but I had a genuine moment of sad.
Yes.
Because I told you this last year, 2018, I woke up. Normally, January 1st is the best day ever. No obligations, football, like let it ride. So I woke up last year. I think I kept drinking a little bit, and I was just being so silly. And I kept saying 28 beans.
Yeah.
Because in my head, that's a hilarious joke. Because it sounds a lot like 2018. It was 28 beans. So I started saying 29 beans for 2019.
Yeah.
And then I had this sad moment. Last year, I'm going to be able to make that joke, Jim.
Wow. Well, you could live long enough.
And then I started going down that whole road. Like, how long are people going to live? Like, if I pass on my 29 beans joke to a younger generation, will someone now be able to live till 200, 119, or however you say the year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pass it on, man. Just tell your son.
29 beans.
Yeah. I don't say 2018 or 2019. I'm a 2018, 2019 guy.
Ooh.
So I can't use your joke. But I like it. I appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
So this oldest woman in the world, she was 122, died in 1997. But someone out there is like, no. She's faking it. Jean Calment, oldest woman in the world, died in 1997. Her actual name was Yvonne Calment. The family assumed her identity so they would not have to pay inheritance taxes. Here's all the documents to disprove it. So I don't know, man. What agency is looking into this? Like, what guy out there is like, ooh, I'm going to disprove that 122-year-old woman wasn't the actual oldest woman to ever live. Maybe their relative is about to turn like 114, and they're looking out for the legacy. Just seems
maybe
like
that. I think it's almost like for us, it's sports and sources. I think someone went to a news person and was like, hey, I've got some news for you. Oldest lady ever was not the oldest lady ever. And they're like, okay, cool.
I wonder if her family makes money off this. Like they have oldest lady ever merch. My Nana lived older than her, so I'm kind of teed off.
You're kind of mad right now.
Yeah, my Nana beat 99. We didn't fake her numbers.
Well, we'd have to check the dates there.
Oh, I got the dates.
Because we got 299s.
No, my Nana was born in 1911.
Okay.
Died 2013.
Right. I'm saying the days matter here, Jim, because we've got two 99-year-olds.
Who's the other 99-year-old?
The oldest lady ever, man. What we're talking about.
That's one 99-year-old. I know that one. Who's the other?
Your grandma.
Who died at 101.
You just said she died at 99. That's why it was confusing.
No, she beat 99.
101 gets the W.
Yes, my Nat.
Yes, agree. Fully agree on that.
1911, 2013.
There you go.
Yeah. A cow dodged slaughter and then gave birth a couple days later. So really, Jake, 2 cows dodged slaughter. This was written up. Oh, it escaped, man. The cow escaped. Wow, this is cool. It escaped the slaughterhouse, ran away onto the highway in New Jersey,
Right,
and then gave birth. So it's like it was a pregnant. Wow. She got rescued. They brought her to a new home, gave birth. So it's like this pregnant cow did whatever she could to make sure that she could give birth and not get slaughtered. Wow. Heartbreaking.
the calf is beautiful, said Mike Stura.
Whoa. That's creepy. Mike Stura, reporter for NewJersey.com, quoted as, no, he's not. He's a sanctuary founder. Quoted as, and the calf is beautiful.
You think that's creepy?
Yeah, I think that's creepy. I wrote an article when I used to blog every day. There was an article that this guy would have to go to farms and check that his cows would fart a lot, and they had to make sure that they weren't farting too much because it would pollute the air. So this guy had to go to farm and make sure the gas index or whatever for farts wasn't bad. And I was like, what a weird fucking job. Just going
a lot of gigs out there.
A lot of weird jobs. Just going town to town. Oh, your cows are farting too much. Oh, looks like your cows are farting just enough. Good job. And weird. And then this guy, Mike Stora, sanctuary founder, the calf is beautiful. I just Googled beautiful calf. They all look the same.
It's beautiful, Jim.
Good for this cow that ran away from the slaughterhouse.
Life is beautiful. Yeah, I had one of those kind of weird job thoughts. You mentioned your cow fart guy. But even I was watching UGA versus Texas, and I was thinking about the guy running the clock. Like, that's someone's job.
Oh, yeah.
But think about that.
It probably has other jobs, or he's a volunteer.
You're going to have a volunteer working, like, the national championship game? No.
Yeah,
These are people.
He's a professional clock runner?
Maybe, dude.
I think those come with the stadium. They're like, scoreboard operator, clock operator, and they probably do other things on their downtime. I can't imagine he just runs the clock. That's all he does.
Right, but even that, like, it has to be at least. Well, dude, think about what comes with the job. You got to do all sports, different sports games at different times.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to have another job that goes with that.
I ran for hockey in Connecticut, like Luke's hockey team. Different dads would rotate each day to run the clock.
Right.
On the scoreboard.
High school hockey.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, we start multiplying this to important games that mean a lot to people.
Yeah.
You don't just have Joe Schmo up there.
Oh, yeah. My dad used to run the clock and, let some extra time slide, take a little extra time off depending on the situation. Everyone's doing it.
Wow.
But it is intense because people get real mad at you. Start the clock!
That's what I'm saying. I mean, now the money that's on it with sports gambling and all that kind of stuff, like, dude, that's kind of a tough job. Like, I don't think they want you to know the name of the person running the clock.
Well, we'll find out.
Let's find out. Well, I'll put it on you.
I'll find out. First, I want to talk about this. This isn't that funny, but then I thought about it, and I thought it was really funny.
Sure.
So all these DNA test result things, like, I'm blanking on the names. There's 2 competing ones that you send in your, spit, and they tell you about your ancestry, ancestry.com or 123me or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about, right?
23andMe.
23andMe, yeah. So they're saying that their customer service reps are, being forced into therapy sessions because people get their results back and tell them some fucked up shit, like their dad's not actually their dad, they were adopted, or they're actually not Italian, they're all Irish, and they're just calling up 23andMe customer service, like, how could this happen? What's going on? Like, bawling their eyes out, like, my brother isn't my brother. And I just think it's hilarious from the customer service rep position, taking minimum job to answer phones, thinking you're going to be like, oh, we got the wrong address, sorry, or, oh, it's shipping out real soon, we're a little backed up. And then no, You're like counseling people that are distraught because your company just broke terrible news to them. What a bind.
I mean, what's the phrase for that? Unknown side effects, unknown consequences?
Yeah. Like, hey, I thought I was just going to be customer service. I didn't know I was going to be dealing with people whose lives are ruined.
Man, I thought I was all out on the 23andMe stuff, but then I heard John Sharkey, whose curveball you couldn't catch, he said his siblings did it, and it was just kind of cool because like some of them actually had like 10% more Irish in them and stuff like that, which I think that's actually kind of cool to know.
I thought that was I thought you were supposed to have the same amount as your siblings.
No,
So
I think it's able to tell like some of the genetics that are like past the actual like pieces that are passed along. So like I think his came back or his brothers came back 80% Irish and his sisters came back 90% Irish or something like that.
That's interesting to me. I didn't know that was possible.
I knew that'd get you.
Because Ritzy did it, so then all my siblings were like, well, we're the same. We don't need it.
Right. Maybe that's just a trick by 23andMe to get more people to buy it. Maybe I'm just a fucking sheep.
Well, I think that would be proof that it's not that accurate, is what I'm thinking.
Or it's proof that it's more accurate.
Yeah, either way, you got to figure it out. But I always thought it wasn't possible. But anyway, I haven't done 23andMe because it's just haven't done it. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
It's changing crime though. There's a podcast called Bear Brook, and now they're using shit like that to solve murders.
Right.
People are slashing tires of self-driving cars in Arizona. Seems mean. Why do they hate them so much?
Scared of change, man. I don't know.
Scared of change. More than 20 driverless vehicles in Arizona have reportedly been vandalized in the last 2 years. This has to be someone who owns a car dealership or a gas station. This is someone who owns a gas station. Like, who else would?
These self-driving vehicles might be using gas.
Yeah. Wow. A pedestrian in Arizona was killed by a self-driving Uber last year. Man, that's fucked up. Like you just got killed by a robot. Who even goes to jail for that? Is this the fear? Is this the fear? Who even goes if a self-driving car kills you and there's no one in it? Who goes to jail? The manufacturer? No one.
Someone with the company, probably.
This is Adam Sandler's stand-up when he's in the fight with the self-driving car.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. He's talking about he goes to court and the car is like putting on a sob show. I do like that show. I like it because he tells it in a manner that's like screams, "This isn't a funny joke, but I'm telling it anyway," which is kind of his whole delivery.
Yeah,
which I really like.
Yeah, I guess they're still labeling it as testing, and then when you say someone got killed, yeah, we don't want to be the test area. But yeah, man, that's a crazy thing. That kicks in like one of your like a parental gene that you're like, yeah, if a robot kills one of my family members, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Because like, what do you do? What do you even do?
Not cool.
Not cool. I was gonna try and pull up the Adam Sandler bit to end the show, but I think it's too tough.
It's probably too tough. It's out there on Netflix now.
Yeah, go watch that Adam Sandler Netflix. It's very good.
Oh, I got something I need to talk to you about.
Lay it on me. Here we go. Let me do the sound drop for when Jake has something that he needs to talk to me about. This is the sound drop for that.
He loved it.
Okay. So the two, and so this spins into a whole bigger theory that is we are all sheep, and Netflix controls us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking there was a meeting in like February of this year, and they were like, "Yo, Christmas, New Year's, we're gonna dominate with Bird Box and Bandersnatch, the Black Mirror movie."
Mm-hmm.
So did you watch either of these yet?
No, I haven't. I'm not watching Bandersnatch. I don't like choose your own adventure stories at all. At all. And I've heard nothing but terrible, terrible things from everywhere.
Do you like Black Mirrors at all?
Yeah, I like Black Mirror.
Okay. So Bird Box is solid. Bird Box is solid.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Bird Box. I need to watch that.
Watch that with the girlfriend. Again, I think it turns into expectations a little bit. If you just threw on Bird Box randomly before it got popular, you'd be like, oh, wow, this is pretty good. And now that it's so hyped up, you're like, okay, yeah, this is good. It's not, world changing, but it's good. I don't know if you'll love it. We'll see. And then, dude, Bandersnatch was bad.
Yes,
like,
that's what everyone's saying. That's really, really, really
I didn't know that. I heard I had seen people saying, well, actually, you know what? No, I saw people being excited for Bandersnatch. I never saw any reactions, and it's because it was bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally a judge of anything.
You're no judge.
I enjoy the ride.
Yeah, heard terrible things. I hate choose your own adventure stuff. It's like the new fad that I think is going to die. It's like when they thought everything was going to be 3D, and then they stopped that because people were like, no, this sucks. Don't make me wear glasses and give me a headache while watching a movie.
No, thank you.
So now select things are 3D. And I think that's because this is the third or fourth choose your own adventure style show or movie that's come out in the last 2 years. And
right.
I don't have any interest in any of it. You tell me the story, buddy.
Right? This is part of your guys' job.
Yeah. Your sole job is to tell me the story. I saw Vice last night with Christian Bale.
Oh, right.
Not happy with that one either.
You said you love Bale's acting, though. Who doesn't?
Yeah. No, the whole cast did. Amy Adams, Steve Carell, Christian Bale. It's all good acting. It's just Adam.
You didn't like the ending. What can you say without giving anything away? Because isn't it based on a true story?
No, the editing.
Editing. Okay.
Yeah, they edited it the same way they did The Big Short, but they did it with The Big Short because they had a real boring topic, the housing crisis, that they needed to make interesting and be able to explain it to people. So they did this quirky editing, like how would a high schooler edit this? It's Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. But then they did it with this movie as well. And it's like, yeah, but now you have a really good story with really, really good acting. So don't fuck it up with this stupid editing. And they did.
Sorry.
So listen to Six Pack Cinema for my full thoughts.
There you go.
There I go. Anything else? We want to do a T-Quad real quick? Desert Island, what 3 movies are you bringing with you since we're talking about movies?
Oh, man. I mean, mine are probably going to be pathetic. I'll throw, I mean, I love Good Will Hunting, just like the rest of the world. I'd probably throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
A movie about how to make a boat.
Castaway? That's be a good one. Never lose hope if you bring Castaway.
Yeah. Or maybe lose hope. Be like, wow, Tom Hanks figures this thing out in a couple hours, and I can't get off this damn rock.
No, it took Tom Hanks years.
Yeah, but in the movie, it's hours, Jim. And then, I don't know. I mean, something traditional, like Saving Silverman's a really good movie.
I think you got to bring 2 comedies and 1 serious. Because comedies, the rewatchability is up higher. So I'm going to bring Dumb and Dumber. I'm going to bring The Jerk. And I'm going to bring Seabiscuit.
I'm happy for you.
Nice. I made those right away. I might have different answers tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like Django Unchained? That'd be kind of weird. What am I watching it on?
Your phone that doesn't have any service, but has endless battery and 3 movies on there.
Yeah, the old endless battery phone. Get that out of here.
That's the end of this Jomboy and Jake Radio. Everyone wish Jake good health because he's sick. So
wish
sick.
Jake good health, they'll say.
Yeah, wish you good health.
And that's all I have to say about that.
I don't think anyone's ever wished me good health.
Your parents?
Not wished me good health. I don't think that phrase ever came out of their mouth.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been wishing you good health.
I think so.
I'm wishing you good health right now.
Need it. First time I've ever gotten it.
Nice. All right, we're out. See ya. What's the song I played? New Dawn, New Day. Jake didn't like it because he's sick.
Didn't like it.
Goes with the new year, though.
New dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me.
All right. All right. Whoa, whoa. Don't fall.
And I'm feeling good.